guys, Meridy here, and I'm here today with our 6th process video using the Vibrant Adventure Kits. And today I am going to work with our sketch of the month, which is right here to make this kit. So that's the sketch that we're going to work with, and I'm going to work with 4 pictures that are 3x4 landscape orientation photos. And I am going to have to trim them down a little because otherwise they're going to run off the page. I'm going to have to trim them to about 2.5 inches tall. So these 4 pictures are me and my son on a ride this summer. 2.5 inches. I'm sorry, I had to concentrate there. We're on a ride this summer at Belmont Park in San Diego. And it's that one ride that goes up and down, almost like the not the Haunted Mansion, almost like the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Disneyland or Tower of Terror in Disney World. It's that type of ride, but very much toned down for little kids at a carnival. But it was still terrifying to my son. Yeah, so we had fun on that ride. I think I'm gonna trim 1/2 inch off the side of each picture because there's just kind of a lot of white space as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now too. So these pictures are now 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Okay, and then I am gonna need to mat them because the photos are all matted in my sketch. So we'll get to that in just a second. I just have a couple little pieces that I pulled out to for sure use on this layout. I'm obviously going to need to grab more pieces. It says these are the days, still mama's boy, and an exclamation point. So those are the embellishments that I'm for sure using. I've got my little color swatch here if I need that. This represents my journaling. I'll show you where I'm going to put this at the end of my video. This is probably where I will go through these 2 little things to get some more embellishments here in a minute. My title, I think, is going to be Mic Drop. And I'm probably going to have to write it in these fonts. M-I-C-D-R-O-P. Yeah, all the letters are there. And I think it's just spelled M-I-C-D-R-O-P. Yep, Mic Drop. So I'm going to go ahead actually and get those put out on my little rulers so I can move them around the page as I need. So I will go off camera really quick and get those adhered to my rulers. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about that. They're on my rulers. So when I'm ready for my title, it's right there. Of course, I have a bunch of stickers from the camping sticker sheet. I probably, ooh, Go Wild. That can look really good on this layout, Go Wild. So I'm gonna grab that. And I'm just gonna cut it out of the sticker sheet so I can place it around instead of sticking it down somewhere right now, because obviously I don't know where I need it right now. But I think, yeah, I don't think there's anything else on this camping set that I need. So I'll put that off to the side. I've got all my puffy phrases right here. Do any of them make sense with my pictures? I've got the word hi. So maybe I'll use that. We can refer back to those if we need to. Oh, I'll keep this little arrow. Okay, on this, we've got fun. I don't think I need a lot from this. So I might put the pizza or the French fries on there because we were eating snacks and stuff that day. We'll see. And then I'm gonna have to go through all of these and pick out some that match. So now to the nitty gritty of the layout. Like I was saying, I think I'm going to have to mat all of my photos. Don't know what order I want them in. And they just go straight down the center of the page. Okay, and then it's just all these little tabs sticking out, which is perfect for what I've got right now because I have so many scraps of paper that are double-sided that will be perfect for this. So the first thing that I need to do is decide, am I gonna mat my layout on something too? Let's see. And I don't necessarily need to mat it. I could just trim strips and kind of frame it. But I still have this piece of paper from the kit that I haven't used yet. I kind of don't like it matted on that though. I don't know. Let's see. I wonder if I could matte it on one of the colors that's in the pictures that I don't have much paper of that color. And to me, what is coming to mind is that bright, bright green, because I do not have any paper that's this bright, bright green. So I wonder if I could just matte the whole entire thing onto some bright green paper. And also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in half, because when I make all these little, I need to swing that out. When I make all these little strips of all these little tabs and whatnot, I don't need them to span the whole length of the paper. Some of them can just be that short, but I can also cut them in half right here and spread the two halves out. So I am just gonna start placing things. Let's see. I don't want to pick my color to matte my whole layout until I get some of this done. I also don't want to pick the color to matte my photos until I get some of this done, because I feel like some of my photos, I'm not sure if I want to matte them on black or on white. So I'm going to cut a couple 1.5 inch pieces off of here. Okay, so I can just stick them out the sides. Then I'm going to cut 2 1-inch pieces. The reason I'm cutting short pieces of this is because the pattern of the star definitely has a direction, so it won't work to cut long strips. No, actually, yeah, it won't work to cut long strips in the other direction, because then they'll be sideways. Okay, so let's just be done with this paper for, oh, we've got the orange on the back. I definitely want to use this color. So let's see, I've got 5.25 inches left. So I'm going to cut a couple 1.5 inch. See, this one though, I can use, cut long ways like this, and maybe I want to use it when there's a seam between pictures, so it doesn't look pieced together like how these are pieced together with a big open gap in the middle. And then I'm going to cut a couple 1.5 inch strips. So I can definitely use this somewhere else. And then I don't have a very big piece left. It's just 2 inches. So I'm just going to, it was 2.25 inches. So I cut the little 1/4 inch piece off, and then I'll keep this. So that was just 1 inch thick. And that paper is gone, guys. Like, this is all that's left. Let's see. I'm gonna try and scooch this over a little and move all of these embellishments a little, so I can kind of have my trimmer and my sketch and everything laid out, and I don't have to keep picking my trimmer up. So I've got this black and white floral, but I kind of don't like that, so I'm not going to use that piece. This black and white stripe is cute. I'll cut it in half in 6 inches, so I can just slip it under in some areas. Okay. I don't need this little piece. I don't need that. Alrighty, this camouflage, I kind of feel like I don't need that camouflage. Now, my problem is this green. This green really makes my pictures not look as bright, maybe. Oh, maybe this looks okay. Let's see how this looks in here. Okay, I kind of did like that green. I think I'm gonna stick with it. I am gonna cut this strip a little longer. I'm gonna cut it 9 inches long, because I'm getting, everything is like short now, and I need a couple of strips that are longer. So I'm gonna put this long one down there. And then I don't necessarily need the back because I've already got this bright orange. So I'm gonna cut this 1.5 inches wide. And I think I'm gonna cut it in half. So it was 6 inches. So 2 3-inch strips. And I'm gonna stick it back in here. And actually, I don't probably need it very wide. Just to bring a little of that green in. Now we've got video game controller, which I don't care about. And then we've got tone on tone stars. Let me continue with what I have here. And see how many more strips I might need. I think I can go ahead and matte my photos. I kind of, should I matte them on black? They don't pop very well on black. I think I'm gonna have to matte them on white. So I'm gonna go matte my 4 photos before I figure anything else out with the strips, because I need to make sure that the spacing and everything is perfect on them before I cut any more strips of paper. So I'm gonna go matte these and I will be right back. Actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm gonna cut 1/4 inch more off my photos. So instead of 2.5 inches tall, they're gonna be 2.25 inches tall, because I like them the exact size that they are. And after I add the matte, they'll be that same size. So I will be right back. I am just spacing these things out. I do need a few more strips of paper for sure, because this is not covering the whole back. So I'm gonna cut, I would prefer to just keep it this color. So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces, and again, I've got to use this short side because got to figure out something for down there. I've got to use this short side because otherwise the stars will be going the wrong direction. This is difficult kind of to do with everything moving and not adhered down. Oh, and they don't have to be even on each side either. I just am putting them straight even down the middle, but they can be, you know, bigger on one side and shorter on another, like that. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna cut a 1.5 inch. Little chunk to go in here. It looks very, I think it looks finished when there's something at the bottom too. Let me see if I can maybe use a little bit of this. I'm gonna cut 1.5 inch strip of this. I'm gonna cut 3 inches off. I'm gonna put a little bit at the bottom. And then I will just use this somewhere in the middle. It's very, very heavy looking at the bottom. I think this is too long. Okay. I think I can totally work with this now. The next step that I'm gonna take, I probably might have to go off camera somewhat because I'm gonna need to add the little notches to the end of just some of these, not all of them. And to do that, I'm going to use a hexagon punch. And I think I'll just pick every so often, I'll pick a strip and I'll notch both sides. And so this is gonna take, you know, a few minutes of time. So I probably will go off camera to do this part. And I will be back when I'm done. Okay, so I've got my strips down and I decided after doing this that I probably should use a bright orange paper to map my entire layout on. So this paper is reddish orange. So I got the paper just out of my stash. What I'm gonna do is just trim a little off of the 4 sides of here because I have it fairly even on the page. And I really think this long green one is just a little too long. I'm gonna trim it. It was just a little distracting being quite that long. I'm gonna trim that. And hope that I did this fairly evenly. Yeah, that looks nice to me. And I'm gonna go ahead and gut this orange paper before I mat my layout on it. Oh, I can tell you, this paper is from a really long time ago. The paper company. It's Paprika. I don't even remember the paper company. It's probably from like a Joann's or Michael's back in the day. But any color that you have in your stash that coordinates with any of your pictures, or, you know, that's why we made this little color swatch. It's fairly close to that candied apple color, but a little more orange. So anything that matches your pictures or the paper will look nice to mat your entire layout on. And again, I'm just cutting out the middle here so that I can, maybe I need to use it on another layout I make this month, since I already know that it matches the supplies. So I will just save that with my scraps. Okay, and then I've got to adhere this to the mat that I just made for it. And then it's gonna be time to add my title and my embellishment clusters. So let's see here. Great. My title is Mic Drop, because that's the ride we're on. And I've got all these goodies here. So I've got one cluster up here, a little cluster right here, and the title cluster over there. Go Wild. Still Mama's Boy. It's really blending. Could probably put it up right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that word high. These are the days. I wonder if I could put them up there too. High mic drop? No, I might not use that word high. I think I can add to that in there. Maybe I can add this Go Wild down there. I think I'm just gonna have to adjust things and move things around. Okay, I'm gonna fall back to my extra pieces. Oh, and I've got stars in my sketch, so I may as well use some of these little stars that we've got, because I've still got a bunch of them. I've got 4 of them. I think I only used 4 in the last layout. So that looks nice. I don't think I need the other triangle here. Oh, this little heart is very cute. I could put that on there. And I'm just gonna go through here. Maybe I can add that around the Go Wild. Maybe not. Maybe I can just make this. This is just half of the little frame that I had left from another layout. I know it's kind of going the opposite direction of all my stripes here, but so is this little element in the sketch. So I'm gonna go through here and see if I could pull out a few more little pieces that I could possibly use on this layout, and I will do that off camera and I'll be right back. I pulled a few more little bits and pieces in here that I'm gonna use around. I backed this little half frame with white paper, and I think I'm gonna try to get some of these things down off camera, and I think I want to put a little bit of black splatters in each place as well, like some up here, some right here, and some up there. So I'm gonna go do that off camera, and I will be right back when I get this all adhered down. Okay, my friends, I got everything adhered down. I think I need to add a few little sequins And I think I just want to sprinkle them right where I put the sweaters. I think it would look cute. Just a few, not too many. Maybe I might not use the dice necessarily on this page. Let's see, I got yellow everywhere, I got some blue everywhere. I kind of usually just want to make them, adhere them down where they fall, but I also want to make sure that I get all the colors in here. So I'm just adding a couple by hand. The more that I try to make it look random, and it's not really random, the more it looks really contrived. So I would much rather just sprinkle on some and then adhere them where they fall. So that is all I'm gonna do for the sequins, just a few pieces like that. And while I'm putting those on, I'm gonna just chat a minute. If you were inspired by this layout, you may want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as I put about 8 process videos a month out. I am going to be doing 12 process videos the month of December, because it's the 12 days of Christmas, which we did last year, where I made 12 videos. You can, I will link last year's playlist in this description so you can see what I'm talking about. But basically we have, you can either use our kits, or if you want, you could pull things out of your stash to play along as well. I'm gonna put together 12 process videos during the month of December. One will air every other day, probably starting on December 1st, I think. And it's just scrapbooking Christmas pictures using our Christmas kit. I am making, or I probably by the time this video airs, there's already going to be a short introduction video on our channel explaining how to, if you want to use our supplies and our kits, explaining all of that. It'll be up, it's probably already up actually by the time that this video is airing. So I will link that in the description of this video as well. And it just kind of explains what, if you're trying to follow along exactly with me, what you'll need to purchase and which kit, etc. But anyway, enough of the 12 days of Christmas. So I typically make about 8 process videos a month. So you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I think I already said that. We have a subscription option available now on our Not Just for Boys website, so you could subscribe to our kits. I will link the page all about subscriptions in the description of this video as well. You have a few perks with subscriptions and little free goodie every month if you subscribe. So there are definitely some advantages to subscribing. And yeah, if you were inspired by this layout, I think I might have already said this too. Oh well, if I did, I'm just saying it again. If you were inspired by this layout, either to use your Vibrant Adventure kit just like this, or to use the sketch with any supplies, or to make a layout like this using your stash, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook group. And I will also link that in the description of this video. But I think this keeps popping up here. I'm gonna add a little glue under here. Of course I made a mess. I think that about wraps up this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like it. I hope you were inspired. I hope you like the sketch of the month. And I will talk to you in a couple days when I have another process video. Bye.